What's good, y'all? It's Real Talk, YBG Mr. Real Talk, Humble Success. We are back with another video, and we are going to be speaking the truth for today's video. We're going to be speaking about how to get over heartbreak and humiliation. How do I get over heartbreak? This generation is cooked. This generation is pretty much doomed for heartbreak. A lot of people are going to go through a lot of hard times, ups and downs. I've said this multiple times. Life comes with ups and downs that you have to figure out. How do you recover from heartbreak? Firstly, I want you to understand that you'll never understand why she or he did it. Coming from a guy's perspective, I've had heartbreaks in the past. I've had things where people would speak down on me, in the sense where I believed one thing and then the other person did something and proved what I believed wrong, And that's just the truth and the reality of life. You're going to go through things like this where people betray you, they stab you in the back, they throw away the trust you had for them, and it's just simple. Like, you gotta get over it and realize that you'll never know the answer. So for those of you guys who are always searching for the answer, why did he or she do this? Why did this end up like this? Why did this happen? Why was that the outcome? You're never gonna get the answer. You're never gonna get the answer. You're never gonna understand the reason behind it. The best thing for you to do in these situations of heartbreak, in these times of heartbreaks, is you should learn to embrace the situation. Embrace the situation, understand the pain it comes with, and understand there's nothing you can do about it except process it and move on. Learn from the past. What were things you think you would have done? I don't want to get in on, figure out what you did wrong in a relationship, figure out what you did wrong at the time, because at the end of the day, a lot of people break people's hearts for no freaking reason. They break your heart, they leave you stranded for nothing. So, what I'm really trying to say is that understand the mistakes that you had based on not knowing what red flags that person had. A lot of times people come into our lives, we know who they are. For a split second, we think we know who they are, and then we kind of just assume they'll never do something wrong to us. And it's like, bro, you really gotta figure out who you're dating, figure out who you're becoming a partner with, because I don't understand how a lot of dudes, they'll see a girl, a week will pass, and they're head over heels for this female, and they give everything up for her. They start dating her in less than a week. Like, bro, and I've even heard stories about people trying to get married in less than freaking 3 months, 4 months, and then they're already getting married. It's like, bro, how do you believe you know this person? I feel like there should be a period of time you spend observing this person, learning about this person. It's kind of like an interview phase where you kind of see the kind of attitude, the kind of mindset this person carries. What are their values? This is how you avoid this situation of heartbreaks. You avoid majority of heartbreaks, because majority of heartbreaks are because people don't observe people. They don't actually learn about the person before they actually bring them into their heart. That's a big decision you're making, to make someone a part of your life. It's like, don't you want to make sure they're not gonna just fuck your life up and make you feel bad? That's what I'll think about before you get into a relationship. Make sure you're really learning about this person. Make sure you really know this person, because at the end of the day, you never know what they can do. So, back to what I was saying about embracing the whole situation. Embrace it. Heartbreaks come with a lot of knowledge, comes with a lot of lessons. Heartbreak is not something you should just take and just use it to ruin your life. A lot of people go down drug addiction, food addictions, they starve themselves to death or eat like a fucking idiot, It's like, bro, if you had a heartbreak, what are the things you didn't do in the past that you can do now for your new relationship? A lot of guys give up on hope just because a girl dumped them. It's like, bro, that's not what you do. You always have to have this mindset that she dumped me, he dumped me, they're gonna regret it. It's not about being toxic, and it's not about saying, oh, they're gonna regret it, you're gonna make their life miserable. It's more about they're gonna regret the person they left behind, because you have a lot of value to offer. You're a person of value. You got to start looking at yourself as a person of value, because at the end of the day, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna mess you up and treat you like shit. And if you let what they're doing get to you, you're not really gonna be able to stand for yourself. What I'm trying to get here for this video is to tell you guys, know your worth, know your value, understand that things happen wrong and good, and there's nothing really you can do about it. All you can do is embrace the situation, learn from it, and move on. I've had situations in the past where there were girls that I thought I had a great relationship with, but now that I look back, I'm just like, I didn't actually learn about this person. I didn't really take the time to observe this person and actually, you know, before I bring them into my life, because me doing that caused certain situations to happen, and then for my future relationship, which now I'm currently in a good relationship, a healthy relationship, I can proudly say that, is because I actually took the time to learn about the woman I'm actually with. I actually took the time to observe her, see the kind of value she has, the kind of morals she carries. These are really important things you should do. I'm trying to get rid of that light glare right there, but hold on, whatever. But these are really important things of you guys should really look forward to doing, because at the end of the day, it's like, why don't you know who the person you're with? Why don't you know the person you're dating? I find it kind of strange that a lot of people get into relationships, they don't know them. It's like, bro, how? They don't know what their girl likes to do. They don't know what she does on her free time. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You know? I feel like I'm kind of yapping, so I'm gonna go back to the point: how to get over heartbreak, how to get over it. Embrace it. Now it's time to learn from your past. Learn from your past. What did I do? I didn't observe them. I didn't understand. I didn't take the time to know who this person was. So in your next relationship, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You're actually gonna take the time. You're actually gonna wait that extra couple months before you actually decide to make it official. And a lot of people say this thing like, oh, what if she goes and starts talking to other guys? She wouldn't do that if she really loves you. She wouldn't do that if you're the one. She would actually wait and be like, okay, this guy is good for me. This guy's the one. And you'll know if she's talking to other guys, because her attention won't be on you, and you can feel it. I guarantee you, if you're observant and you actually take the time to know your girl, bro, you'll know if she's talking to other guys. And this one's for the females. A guy, when he knows what he wants, he makes it very clear. He makes it very clear to the fact that you would know that he's very interested in you. So for you females who believe that men are always giving you mixed signals, like let's say if you're in a relationship with a guy who's always giving you mixed signals, just know it's heading down the wrong path. Because as a guy myself, my girlfriend, I always make things very clear to her. These are the things I like, and these are the things I don't like. And if she's one of the things I like, I make it very clear to her by showing actions of love, support. I buy her things. I take her out. I make sure she's happy. I try and support her financially, and like, not to the sense where I'm like giving all my money to her, but like financially would mean like if she's struggling with something, I would help her. And let's say we're like buying her food, acts of kindness towards my girlfriend. I'll show her generosity to the fact that she understands that, okay, he's here for me. I'd also support her very emotionally. So for you females who are in relationships where these guys are lacking in a lot of aspects, they don't have the communication skills, they don't really talk to you, that's how you know You might have to draw the line there, maybe try communicating. If it doesn't work, gotta go, because at the end of the day, time waits for nobody. You should be able to find the person that would actually do that for you. There's always somebody there for you, you know and another thing for everybody is that, what was this one I was thinking about? You really got to understand that it is what it is. It is what it is. You really got to heal. You got to heal. How can you heal? Do things for yourself. Start investing in yourself. Buying things for yourself. I'm not saying waste your money on yourself, buy a bunch of random stuff, but a lot of times when people were in relationships, they didn't really focus on themselves, especially when they were in toxic relationships. They didn't really take the time to focus on themselves. It was always about the other person. They're always worried about how the other person was feeling, what they were feeling about them and everything. And they never really took the time to actually like buy things for themselves, focus on themselves, take time to bless themselves, So what I'll say is, if you're just getting over a heartbreak, I'll say, bro, take yourself out. There's one thing a lot of people say that really works for them, is taking themselves to the movies, taking themselves to a restaurant. It really shows you that, hey, at the end of the day, all you really got is you and God. Obviously, God number one, and you yourself after. I'll tell you this, like, it's never always gonna feel the same after a heartbreak, but you're gonna get over it. I know a lot of you guys feel like your heart is empty. There's a hole in your heart, but this is just for a period of your time. This is a healing process. It's the time that you can use to learn, and push forward with this knowledge you have now. Now you're not going to make the same mistakes. You're going to move forward with a new, different mindset. It's never always going to be like this. There's always going to be ups and downs. These are your hard times at this moment, but you're going to look back from the future. You're going to be like, wow, I really made it through those hard times. Hope y'all are having a blessed day. Stay blessed. Make sure you keep your heart tight to yourself. Take care of yourself. There's always someone there who would actually love you for who you are. Don't change who you are from nobody. And this is just a really short video of how to really like skip over heartbreak, really push over heartbreak. I also missed one more thing, is that when I was in that phase of heartbreak, what I really did is that I didn't allow myself to be depressed. And I know that sounds crazy. It's like, oh, you can't really control depression, but in a sense you can. Depression is a mindset. I know a lot of people go through it differently, but what I'm trying to say is that if you sit down all day in darkness, you lay down, you eat junk food, and you're all smuggy because of the situation, your sadness is going to last a lot longer, because you're not doing anything to better yourself. You're not doing anything that makes your body happy. But if you actually get up, you hang out with your friends, you go out, take yourself out, like I said, go to a movie, go to a restaurant, you just spoil yourself a little bit, try and encourage yourself, or use that pain as heartbreak, as motivation. You'll notice your body would begin to brighten up. You begin to lighten up, because you're understanding that it's not the end of the world. Your body doesn't need that person to survive. Just keep that in mind. It's very important. A lot of people don't keep that shit in mind. I love y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed day. If you're new to this channel, like and subscribe. Humble Success, YBG, Mr. Real Talk. Easy gang.